Hi guys, it's Dakota. Ooh, that caught me off guard. Hi, it's Dakota. Well, first of all, you probably won't like this. I said that I was going to do a video that was going to be really cool this week, and I'm putting it off again for another week. Um, the store is really busy right now. This time of season, it's October. We have Samhain coming up, and it's just a very busy time of year for my store. And I am not complaining in the slightest. Um, I encourage it. But what happens is I end up having to spend my days off when I'm at home doing things for the store. I have things that I actually make for the store. I make intention oils that I sell at the store. I make prayer beads. I make sun catchers. I make incense. I make intention candles. All kinds of things that I actually hand make for the store. My store is not a crafty store. We sell just about anything and everything you can think of: gemstones, herbs, candles, books, incense, tarot cards, oracle cards, statues. We have a nice assortment of oils, essential oils that we sell, including the intentional oils. Just everything. Ritual candles, all the way, 7-day candles. We try to cover all the different pantheons. We have an area for Buddhism, meditation, yoga, everything, jewelry, Norse, just everything. But there's just a few things that I like to craft and that I like to make. And so when I get the stuff out, I'm going to make it. I make a lot. I make it for the store. Well, anyway, it's been out for a long time, and I have got to make it this week. So the video that I was going to do, I'm really going to do it because I think you're going to enjoy it. It's really interesting. It was interesting for me when I first discovered it, and so I think you'll like it. So stay tuned, please. Today's video, I'm taking a break actually. I was not going to do a video this week, but I kind of needed a break. I've been working, I'm on the computer, I've ran all over town this morning. I have been out and about since like 9 o'clock this morning. I've been to the grocery store, I've done everything. And now I'm like, oh, I just need to sit down and kind of, drink some water or something, some tea, and just sort of veg for a few minutes. So I thought, well, if I'm going to do that, let me do it on YouTube. Let me do it on YouTube. And so what I did was I went and grabbed one of my stones because I just kind of needed to get some grounding and some focus going on here and some clarity, some cleansing of the head. And so since I grabbed the stones, I thought, oh, you know what? I'll turn the video on and I'll do just a real quick video. I'll do a video. It's not going to be quick, it's not. And I'll just do this video on some stones. And so I pulled a few of my favorites. I'm going to talk about them really quick. The one stone that I want to cover real quickly, and it's not even a stone, it's glass. And right now it is trending. It trended about 10-15 years ago. And when it did, that was the first I had ever heard of it. And I jumped on the bandwagon, the trend bandwagon, myself, and bought a piece because it had all of these really phenomenal stories behind this glass, this mysterious glass. And I thought, ooh, that's mysterious. And so I bought a piece. And what I bought was, ta-da, a piece of Moldavite. Now, I bought this piece, hopefully you can see it. It's kind of dark in here. So this is a piece of Moldavite. It is a dark green, kind of like forest green or dark green grass. That doesn't help. Oh yeah, Moldavite, that's backwards. Um, anyway, it's green glass. Well, it's not just green glass. This came from a meteorite that hit the earth, I don't know how many millions of years ago, Czechoslovakia, I want to say, and it hit the earth. It was a big meteorite, and it hit the earth at such a velocity that it just, boom, it just exploded the earth, and the earth went up hundreds and hundreds of miles. And between the heat of the meteorite and the gases that from this explosion and stuff, it actually melted the soil, melted the sand, melted everything in sight that it hit. And when it fell back to earth, it came in these little green glass shapes, and it kind of resembles, they're transparent. You can't really, well, you might be able to see through it a little bit. Yeah, you can, if it's not too blurry for you. And you can kind of see there on the end. So it's kind of transparent. And so it was supposed to have, like all these really phenomenal, mysterious energies that it's supposed to carry. Now, I'm not an expert. I'm not a gemologist. I don't know anything really other than what I read about stones and what I study about stones. And so it is supposed to be, and they do call it an ET stone because it came from space in the form of a meteor that hit the earth. But people seem to think that it holds extraterrestrial energies in it, and that if you get a stone and you work with it, that you might be able to talk with these extraterrestrial beings, that you will be elevated to these most highest realms, if you want to call them realms. I'm not sure if they mean planets or other lives or whatever. And then the other thing that I hear about it, most common, is you have to be really, really careful when you get one and work with it, because you've got to be careful. All right. Well, I'm here to tell you that that may be true. I have never experienced that. I've never had a bad experience with my Moldavite. To be quite honest with you, it's never really done anything that I've expected it to do. I never got like a rush of energy from it. I will tell you this. When I hold the Moldavite in my hand like this, it is almost like a hot sensation. And that's it. I don't travel to any realms. I've never spoken with any extraterrestrials that I know of anyway. I never felt like the stone was dangerous when I got it, that I had to be careful working with it because of its energies. Someone told me not too long ago, like a couple weeks ago, that I said, what do you mean by that? Like, you have to be careful with it. Oh, it can, if you're not careful with it, it can bring about all kinds of negative energies and stuff with it. And yet when you look up Moldavite, which I did before I jumped on here, Moldavite is a stone of transformation, of healing, and of cleansing. Those were like the three main common threads that I probably pulled up. I didn't grab my books because they were upstairs. I didn't want to go up there. So I just pulled I looked up 5 different sites on Moldavite, and that was a common theme, a common thread, those 3 things: transformation, healing, and cleansing. I didn't see one thing about be careful working with it because it could create bad energy. Be careful working with it because you might travel away on a spaceship. I know I'm sounding silly, and I'm not trying to downplay the energy of the stone. I sell these. It's not a stone, it's glass. I sell these. So I'm not trying to say don't buy a Moldavite. It's a bunch of hype. What I'm saying is check your resources. Now, I heard, see, 10, 15 years ago when I bought this, remember I said I got caught up in the trend? I did. I got up in the trend because I don't know if it was a new stone or maybe it had trended some 10 years before that, but I only just heard about it 10, 15 years ago, and I had to have a piece of this mysterious stone. And now that I had, once I bought it, I was really disappointed in, I wanted to travel. I wanted to talk with extraterrestrial. I wanted to have these fantastic wow moments with it, and I never have. Now, as a metaphysical store, I do carry them. I've always carried them, and we ran out for a while. They trended for a while, and we couldn't keep them in stock, and then it just dies out. Well, over the last 6 months, it started trending again. And I finally asked somebody, how did you hear about Moldavite? How, where are you getting your information? Because I'm noticing that we're selling a lot now. In fact, we were out, and so I was asking her, and she said, oh, TikTok, it's all over TikTok. And I went, what is that? Like TikTok? I mean, is that where you're getting your resources? Please. Do your research. Do your research. Read some reliable resources. You're going to find that you might be a little bit disappointed. Does it have energy? For some, I'm sure it does. Is it dangerous to work with? Not for me. I've never had that experience. I don't know anyone personally that's ever had the experience that has a piece of Moldavite. I think people are getting caught up in their head. So this is a piece of meteor glass. It's pretty awesome. If you can get one, get one. I just got some in. We have about 6 pieces left, 5 pieces left. Moldavite. I don't know. Maybe great, maybe won't. Maybe not. The next stone that I want to talk about is, it's one of my fave stones. This is a piece of natural citrine. All right? Natural citrine. Let me get something else that maybe it will help you see better. Okay. So this is a piece of natural citrine. Isn't it lovely? So you'll notice that it's kind of a, it's not that bright golden yellow that you see in stores, or that brown, gold brown colored citrine that you see a lot. And that is because this is natural citrine. This is natural citrine. I absolutely love this stone. This is one of my absolute favorite stones. In fact, this sits on my devotional altar. I love it. So your gold, your real bright yellow citrines and the dark brown citrines. First of all, citrine is really good for prosperity, and it's yellow, so we have to think of the element of fire, sun, which is energy, creativity, self-expression, that type of thing. But citrine can also be good for emotional balance as well. I find that a little conflicting, at least for me, because I understand the correspondences, and yellow for me is active. So I guess emotional balance, I mean, I guess it could be. I'll have to think on that a little bit. But anyway, your bright yellow, and I don't have any citrine, but your bright yellows, the real bright yellows that you see, and maybe the darker brown ones, those have been heat treated in a lab for the most part. Maybe there's some out there that are natural. I don't know because I don't mine citrine. I only know from my resources, but most of those are heat treated, and that's what gives them that real bright yellow, pretty golden color to them, and the darker brown ones. They're really pretty. I love them. I mean, they're still beautiful stones. And just because a stone is heat treated doesn't mean that it kills the stone. That is ridiculous. I heard that once. Like, you know, a stone that has been heat treated is dead. Well, you know, when they go to the mines to mine the stones, they have to wear special, like, hazmat suits and stuff. One, because of the gases, but two, because of the heat. It's very hot. The earth is hot. Down there is hot. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't kill it. It doesn't kill it. It doesn't kill it. Anyway, okay. Now, the next stone that I want to show you on that same discussion of citrine is, oh, you can't really even see it. Boo! Because it's so light. This is a natural smoky citrine. Man, I love it. It's a natural smoky citrine. And you can't look at that diamond face. Let's see if I can get it to show. Let me see. Let me try something else. There, you can see that diamond face. And you can kind of see how it's a little more yellow on this one, maybe because that's brown. But I'm telling you, it has just a very, very slight yellow tint to it. See? Almost the same. Oh, look at that diamond face now. Ooh, I love it. But it's a smoky citrine. Natural. I love it. I love it. So the natural smoky citrine, it absorbs negative energy and transforms it into positive. So this is what I'm saying about citrine, is that first of all, smoky quartz, which I love, that absorbs negative energy, or energy that just isn't serving your highest good. It absorbs that energy, and that's why smoky quartz, at least for me, needs to be cleansed a lot, or it needs to be kept in a bowl with a stone that is a natural cleanser, like a quartz. And then you have the smoky for any energy that isn't serving your highest good. It's going to absorb that. But then you have the positive side is that yellow, the citrine, that fire element, kind of burns that energy right away and leaves you with positive. So if you can find a piece of smoky citrine, get it. It is the most awesome stone. I absolutely love it. So that's one of my favorite stones. Okay, this is an okay favorite stone for me. This is a Super7, and it's called a Super7 because it has it's a big one. It has 7 different minerals in it. Oh, the lighting is terrible in here. You see? Well, you can't really tell. The tip is red, and then it's like purple and goes into more like a quartz matrix. So the Super7 is mixed with smoky quartz, rutile, amethyst, lepidolite. Let me think. What else? Cacoxenite. Um, Gotite. Gotite. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Quartz. So there's 7 different minerals. That's why it's called a Super 7. So you have all of those minerals. And again, this is a high vibrational stone, so it's supposed to be really good in helping with your clairs, your psychic abilities, helps cleanse them. It's good to have on your table, like if you are clairvoyant or you're using your intuition, you read tarot, or you're just doing divining, some kind of divining or anything, it doesn't matter. You might want to have one of these, you know, placed by your altar or wear one or hold one or whatever. So the Super 7, I like it. It's okay. It's okay. You know, it's not like a giant favorite. The reason why I like it so much, why I say it's a fave, is because I like all of those minerals mixed together. Like, yummy. You know, it's like a big meal. All right. Now, those who know me know this. I have all my stones are my favorite stones. But this is a piece of Lumerian quartz, all right? She's a big one. She is a big one. Lumerian quartz, I love. Lumeria is sort of like Atlantis. It's like the lost city of Lumeria. Same thing with the lost city of Atlantis. And they don't know what happened to the Lumerian people. But the story goes, if you look at this, let me see if I can get it to show. Oh, good. You see these little striations right here? I mean, they're raised, so they can sit, and they're all over. See, there's some there. I can get the light right. You can kind of see them. There's some more on here. See, oh, that's a good one. Look at that. See all those striations? So when you rub on them, you can feel them. They're raised. And supposedly it's like a barcode. And so the story goes that when whatever happened to Lemuria, the Lemurians knew before it happened that it was going to happen. Like the disappearance, they're just gone. And so what they did was, these barcodes, what you're supposed to do is when you meditate is just rub on them. And the ancient knowledge is supposed to be given to you, that you're supposed to expose. It's supposed to be exposed. And also on these, and I don't think I can, on this one particular, oh, if you can see right here, they're little, trying to get the light. They're little pyramids. Oh, there, see them? They're little pyramids. Okay, that are kind of carved into the stone. And I mean, exact. And those are not time links. Those are record keepers. Woo! It was driving me crazy. I couldn't think of it. Those are called record keepers. And so the record keepers have ancestral knowledge. This is such an amazing stone. I love this stone. I love Lemuria so much that when we get a shipment in, they know that I have to pretty much check every single stone, because I do work with the Lumerian all the time. I use it when I journey, when I do my journey work, and because you know my journey work is all about work. It's about meeting up with the ancestors and, you know, trying to get questions answered or receive messages, receive knowledge, etc. And I will use the Lumerian quartz while I'm journeying, and I just rub the barcodes, and I rub my hands over the little pyramid carvings that are in there. Gosh, this lighting just is terrible. I'm so sorry. I mean, they are actually like it's there's three of them right on top of each other. It's amazing, and just hoping to get a message, and because I really think I'm from Lumeria. At some point in my life I think I was Lumerian. I feel that connected, but it's a mystery. It's a mystery. So these are really awesome to have. I have one big giant one, I think, left at the store, and then we always carry small ones. Sometimes they have a red to them, a red tint to them, or a pinkish red, and that is the like the hematite, the oxidation in the soil or the matrix that it comes from, kind of stains them this red, and those are nice too. But yeah, these are fairly expensive, but I do have the small ones, and they're really great. Okay, now here we go. All right, I don't really work with this stone, but I just look at it all the time. It's amazing. This is an anhydro crystal. All right, you see that circle, and do you see in the circle? Let me see. See that black dot right there in the circle? Watch. Oh, let me get it. Did you see it? Ready? Watch. See it move? It has a bubble of water in the crystal, and this particular one has a little piece of carbon in it, probably, or a little stone or something. And this is Tibetan. This is from Tibet, Tibetan quartz. There, you see it move? See it moving? Yeah, so that little piece floats in that little bubble. That water has been in there for billions of years. The crystal grew and captured the water. I love that. And I'm not a water person. I struggle doing any kind of work or magic with water. I don't know why. It's just not my element. But I love that. But I spend time just looking at it and trying to go into that water. So I guess I do use it because I don't really like sit and meditate, but I do like sit and kind of let my mind go when I'm pushing this back and forth and watching that little carbon move in there. And I'm just wondering, how did you catch that little water? I mean, how did you capture that? That water is millions of years old. And so it cleanses because it's water, and it purifies because it's water, and it deals with emotion because it's water. And hydro means water within. In hydro, I think it's in hydro. I think the whole word in hydro means water within. It might just be hydro, I'm not sure. But anyway, it means water within. And these are really super cool. Really super. Oh, now he's gone. He wants to hide. But anyway, these are from Tibet, and my dealer that I purchase our Tibetan quartz from, we get magnificent pieces, beautiful pieces, and I'm so drawn to Tibetan quartz. It's lovely. Most of them have, you can kind of see how this one sort of looks dirty. It has chloride, I think it's chloride or carbon, something inside of them. And but they're all just really, really unique. And I bought several pieces of anhydrous from him. He had several pieces. It's not like they're rare, but they're rarer. Does that make sense? So you don't find them just like every day walking into a crystal store. They're a little bit harder to get, and they're really unique and they're really fun. I really enjoy them. The last thing I'm going to share with you is, and I'm waiting for him to come back, and I'm guessing because of the coronavirus, he's probably not going to be back. Maybe next year, hopefully. We're all sold out of the anhydrous, but we still have a lot of the Tibetan quartz in. This is my new beauty. This is black moonstone. Okay, it's just black moonstone. But look at that. And see how this is dark right here? Kind of weird. I love scrying stones, and it's almost like sunrise over the mountain or something. Let me see. Well, I was going to try to get the glare off from the computer, but oh, isn't that beautiful? Yeah, so, and it's big. It's a big one. We have some small ones in the store with this sheen, this beautiful sheen. Yeah, the rainbows, the sheen. This is my favorite beauty right now. So I have several favorites. They're all my favorites when I'm holding them. I'm like, oh, and this is my favorite. And I'm like, oh, and here's my Lumerian, it's my favorite. Here's my citrine, it's my favorite. So it just kind of, I love all these points. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I went through all of them. I have nothing else to say. That's it. I'm sorry. It's a long video. I know. This could be a probably like a wow. I could do a video every day for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks just on my stones, what I have, what I love, stones that I don't like, and tell you why. Maybe we should do that sometime. I think maybe I'll do that sometime. Why I personally don't. And that's what you need to know. That's what you need to know when you go and pick out your stones is, how does it feel to you? Forget what the book says. Forget what other people, forget what TikTok, forget what the people on TikTok are saying. How do you feel? How does that stone, how does that piece of glass, which is called a tektite, how does that feel when you hold it? How does it make you feel? Make you feel anything? And here's what I'm telling you. I have given my husband, who, as you know, is like-minded. I'm sorry, is not like-minded. Not like-minded. He is not like-minded. That was wishful thinking, right? He's not like-minded, but he's very, very supportive, obviously. I have given him a piece of Moldavite. I have given him a piece of Auralite, which is 23 minerals. Super7 has 7. Auralite gets a bad rap, but it has 23 minerals, up to 23 minerals in it. I have given him a piece of fulgurite, which is sand, melted sand that lightning has hit. We get a lot of them on the beach here. And like lightning strikes the sand and it melts the sand and it creates these little round wormy looking tubes. And so, whoo, the power in a fulgurite, right? I've given him those and others all in one hand. Put them all in one hand. Close your eyes. I put them all in his hand. I seal his hand up. And I go, just let yourself go. Take a breath. Exhale. What do you feel? Just what do you feel? Anything. He goes, I feel a rock. You can give him any stone. It's a rock. Some people are tuned to the energies and some people are not. What works for me may not work for you. I don't speak to aliens, but maybe you will. So, always do what you feel is right for you. Forget what the book says. The book doesn't know you. The book doesn't know you. And besides that, who wrote the book? You know, who wrote the book, right? This stone didn't write the book. So, my friends, thank you. I will see you next week. Bye, guys.